Nice. Alright. That did not work. 7:40 a.m. I'm so tired. I did not fall asleep until like 11. I was at youth group until like 9:30, which I'm going to talk about because I took a lot of notes and learned a few things, so I want to share that. I didn't get home till like 9:30, and then I did not eat enough food yesterday, so I made a smoothie, like a huge smoothie, and I only ate like a half, 3/4 of it. I have wrist wraps because I'm now squatting a low bar the last 3 times. It just feels a lot better, and like I feel a lot stronger, and I am a lot stronger. But it like hurts the crap out of my wrists, so I'm using wrist wraps. But someone suggested instead of having my arms so close to each other, I should widen them out a little bit. So I'm gonna try that today to see if I still have wrist pain. I don't want to squat today. It's okay. I need warm up. So last leg day, I did like the abductors, like 150 pounds for like 8 reps, and I don't ever do that. And my was so tight and painful. Like I had no good sleeping position for 3 days because all of this was so tight, and it hurt so much. But it's finally like a little bit not as tight. So I'm doing legs today because I did chest and back the last 2 days. I want to talk about the stuff I learned at youth group last night because I had some like big realizations. So I watched this reel that day, and it's talking about Solomon. God was like, "What do you want?" And Solomon, instead of asking for money or anything else, he asked for wisdom. God granted that to him, and he was the wisest person to ever live, and that will ever live, and that had ever lived. But he still fell into sin. I have an hour to do a full leg workout and talk about this. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." So basically, instead of trusting in our hearts, leaning on our own understanding, our heart is deceitful. It lies. So when we put our trust in something that's constantly lying to us, that's not good. But Proverbs 3:5 says, "Put your whole heart into God, not all your trust into your own heart, but all of your heart into God." Proverbs 28:26, "Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe." Solomon, wisest guy, literally ever. And yet, I don't know, like, the complete story. I'm not the most knowledgeable. But basically, even with all of that wisdom, he still fell to sin. Because when we don't align our very little wisdom, like with God's wisdom, so we can't rely on our own knowledge because the heart is deceitful, and we're supposed to put all of our wisdom and all of our heart into God. But bro, this is so tight. I put my hood up so it doesn't like get in the way. A little bit wider grip. It's always that time. Time for activities, family gatherings, being busy at work. At Kaiser Permanente, we know life can get busy, and staying healthy is a priority. Oh, yeah. That literally hurts my wrist so bad, it's like bending it back. So I don't know how to like stack my wrist properly in line. It's something I gotta work on since it's a new technique. I'm gonna put on a 10 on each side, 155, and then I'll put on a 25 on each side. I just found it cool how a random reel I watched earlier that day, yesterday, correlated to the exact message of later that night. Anyways, that's cool how God works, you know? probably seem so unhyped. I'm actually tired. I got like 6 hours of sleep. And it's 8 a.m. and I'm hitting legs. Last week, Friday, when I hit legs, I wore wrist wraps and my circulation was getting cut off and my hands were going like yellow purple. I was like, I don't think I'm doing that correctly. I could literally sleep in an extra hour if I wanted, but then I wouldn't be able to go to the gym because I'm so busy in the evening. Oh. It is hot. I'm gonna take off my hoodie. All right. Is this 25? Should be. Says it is. Come on. That felt a lot heavier than it did the other day. I'm gonna drop it down. Actually, I shouldn't need wrist wraps for 185. So I'm definitely like stacking my wrists wrong, you know. Come on. Lightweight. Yeah. Come on. You got this. I felt like that hurt my arms. That failed. I definitely didn't do it correct. Judging by the fact that I'm tired, I didn't get a lot of sleep. Only like 6 hours. And I hit 185 for 3, 1 rep less than I did the other day. I think that's pretty good. 170. Yeah. Come on. Couple breaths. Keep going. Good night. No time for hamstrings. I'm gonna just do calves, and then that'll be it. Oh. Come on. How bad do you want it? Okay, dropping. No. Oh. Bro, no, that's it. Oh, I think it was harder to bail because I was using a low bar, so I'm not used to bailing with that. So usually I'm like up here and I have a lot more motion to bail. But since it was a low bar, my arms are already like so locked into position since they can't like stretch that far. So it's just even hard to bail because high bar, I'm like right here and I still have like all this motion that I can bail with, kind of, if that makes sense. But low bar, I'm already using up all that motion. So my arms don't have like as much escape room. If that makes sense, but I think that's a factor.